Hey everybody, welcome to AJS News. This is video 2 of 2 for today.
But first, a special holiday word from our sponsors. Check it out. We got a brand new badass package from Manscaped that got you everything that you need in here.
It's the season to deck your balls and make sure that they are taken care of. There's also
Look good, feel good.
There's a ton of great gifts on there. I mean, seriously, everyone's got an uncle with too much nose and ear hair. Get him a nose and ear hair trimmer. Get someone in your family the most amazing boxers they will ever own. Click those links down below. There's plenty on there for everybody.
Yes, and in AJS News, I was going to have RoboCop Angry Review done this week, but as you can see, Joe is out, went to Amsterdam. He's coming back tomorrow on Tuesday, but then that's when I'm leaving for my Thanksgiving day break with family. So I wasn't able to get it done. So the RoboCop Angry Review is very funny. We've already filmed it. It should be coming out next week. And so hopefully a little week delay there for the holidays. We'll get RoboCop out. We'll get to Modern Warfare 3. Hopefully we'll do a little something on Kong maybe. And check out any of the other games that you guys want us to check out. Throw it in the comments down below. So it's going to be a busy week after the holidays, but I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving Day week with family and friends. Okay? All right. I think we are all caught up. Yes? Okay. What the heck else has happened in gaming news?
Well, Netease is launching a new studio. The studio is called Worlds Untold. And they're going to make AAA action-adventure games with narrative emphasis. And what they've done is they've gone after some ex-Mass Effect developers. So Mac Walters is going to lead this new studio, completely remote studio, working on AAA games. So like NetEase, we know from making a bunch of mobile games.
Right.
They make dirty money over especially in China and in the international market. But this is a new AAA studio, and so we always talk about people are very doom and gloom on EA, Activision, like the big studios doing shitty things. They're not making great games, and so when we see new studios like this, led by people that we know have made good games in the past,
We want to at least let you know that that something cool can be coming.
Yeah. So.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. So later on this weekend, besides the news, I'll probably do a vlog of going outside. We'll have a Warhammer Wednesday because I already previously recorded it. And then potentially a Napoleon review if the small town has a movie theater. And then I'll just review it in the forest. And, yeah, I'll bring my GoPro because maybe I want to try to see if we can get some ATV footage or something like that. So there is content while we are out. So even over the holidays, we're working for you guys.
Come watch OJ and I stream The Walking Dead, which we hear is a banger.
Yeah, so they're going to be here streaming still awful games for your enjoyment. I think by the same people that made Kong, so it should be a treat. Okay, what else?
Disney is, Disney's been, they like collectibles, right?
Yeah.
So you go to Disneyland and people collect all those pins, they trade them, they do all those other things,
Okay.
and they're like, why not do
Pins.
that online? And what they will be is they'll be like collectible pins, and they didn't use the word NFT, but they're absolutely just NFTs.
Oh, they're not physical pins that you can trade with friends, because that's what makes that shit fun. Like collecting football cards, they're physical, they have some value. You get your rookie card, you get your pieces of jersey, you get signatures. Wow, it'd be fun to have Micah Parsons' signature. Here, what you're talking about is an image of a pin.
That's
a
right.
digital image of a stupid fucking pin on a fucking website that you can't hold or touch. Got it.
Yeah, so these are Disney NFTs now. So these pins are being produced in partnership with Dapper Labs.
They're not NFTs though, right? They're in the blockchain bullshit because the fucking Disney and the fucking kids. I'm gonna call up a senator. I'm gonna use the keywords. I'm gonna say gambling, kids, danger, and then the red lights will go off in Congress, and then maybe we can get them to act on it.
According to Verge, they are absolutely NFTs. So the pins are being produced in partnership with Dapper Labs, which still believes the blockchain, quote, will reshape how we use and interact with digital worlds.
I hate quotes like that, just confirming that you are a greedy asshole trying to sell snake oil.
Confidence, scams. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you can get Darth Vader NFT because, he's Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Ray's a Disney princess.
Mm-hmm.
Sabine Sabine's she's a
Probably
Disney.
a Disney
She's
princess.
a Jedi, Mandalorian, engineer, assassin, princess.
Queen.
Soon, yeah.
All right.
So yeah, that's coming. I can't wait.
Skywalker. Oh, don't forget that one.
She also Skywalker.
She's also a Skywalker.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's your name, Skywalker? Sega.
You can't do that. You can't just say that. No, I'm a
You
Skywalker.
absolutely can.
I'm a Skywalker.
Did you see that they're rallying for Rey-based Phase 4 for Star Wars with not just a movie,
there's
but,
already the Rey movie.
But
So, like, if whatever. The only hope I have for that is if they shower John Boyega with money to get him to come back and fix that character. If you do that, then I might be interested to see the Rey movie. Like if you start bringing him into like he's a Jedi and he did have some powers, do his character justice. But if they plan on selling it in China, I doubt that they're going to be doing
yeah,
that.
they won't do any of that. Sega, who's been the major villain in the last couple weeks, talking about like the treatment, Crystal, the creative assembly stuff, the canceling of hyenas and all that other stuff. So apparently, and this is a credible accusation, they were threatening their workers with mass layoffs if they unionized.
Who?
Sega of America accused it.
Dang.
So they've, according to
not been very kind lately.
yeah, so.
Been the big assholes.
When you waste $110 million on making a video game that doesn't even come out.
And then you fire all those people that worked really hard on that video game, and then you're surprised when they say, hey, maybe we should get a union over here. We're being treated like shit.
Yeah, the Communications Workers of America, the CWA, filed an unfair labor practice on behalf of the Allied Employees Guild Improving Sega, called AJS, which is why it's, I like when they're like, we're going to name ourselves this. It's like, but can you come up with better? No. So Sega reportedly proposed a plan to phase out temporary workers by February 2024 and outsource roles to Europe and Japan, just saying like, hey, you sign this piece of paper, try to join this union, we will fire your ass and outsource your job. So I don't know. This doesn't sound good. It just sounds like another thing that Sega is doing. Like they've got this wet bar of soap that is their company and their IPs, and they're squeezing it as hard as they can. And it doesn't look like it's going well for them. Losing the game, losing consumer confidence, and if you're losing your employees as well, doesn't sound great.
No, Sega is definitely a shell of their former selves. It's sad to see. They were already, in my opinion, hanging on by a thread here. They'll have the occasional Sonic hit. And because they own Creative Assembly, they were able to sort of ride their coattails of success with the Total Warhammer games. But they've been making mistakes in their historical side. So unless Creative Assembly goes back to Medieval 2 or Shogun, whatever, and brings back the passion in that way.
Pharaoh 2.
No. Then yeah, things aren't looking great for Sega right now.
Speaking of which, it's not looking great at Amazon Games. They have laid off 180 workers. And according to Amazon, they said that all people really want from Amazon Prime is free games. They're like, hey, you don't want our games. And it's mainly because our games have been really, really bad. You remember Crucible?
No.
No one else does either. So the problem with Amazon is they've got more dollars than
they got
cents.
more money than sense or talent
and so they make bad games. They make shit like Rings of Power. They make shit like Wheel of Time.
Yeah.
And it's like they're garbage because you have garbage people working on them, people without fully functioning brains.
Yeah.
And
going back to the Sega thing, the other franchise that they own that they mishandled is Aliens and Aliens Colonial Marines. And I know for a fact that they lost confidence in the Alien license. Now, that might not necessarily be their fault because they trusted Gearbox in order to do a good job on Aliens Colonial Marines, and then Gearbox, there's all those rumors of them, bungling that and using the money elsewhere and fucking that
magic
up.
tricks.
But, they did have a success with Alien Isolation, and we never saw anything else. We never saw a sequel. We never saw, anything with that. So, they're trying, so it just sucks to see Sega making bad decisions. So hopefully we can reach them.
maybe they can sell off some of the IPs to
Sell
other
'em off.
people, which
Sell
is
'em
what
off.
Konami needs to do as well. Yeah, so Amazon's just like, hey, people actually don't want our games; they just want our free games. I think that that's not the case. I just think it's like, look, if you made better games, people would want to play them. The problem is you're making games that nobody wants. And remember, Amazon has some really big IPs. They do own Tomb Raider now, so they've got long-term projects with Tomb Raider. They've got long-term projects with Lord of the Rings games, and they have something called Throne and Liberty and Blue Protocol, which they're publishing. So there's a lot of stuff coming from Amazon. I mean, they're a $10 billion per quarter company. They're not doing too poorly, but it just turns out their foray into gaming
They're fine.
wasn't as strong as they would have liked.
But to show that as far as Sega and selling off the license, I guess they don't need to sell off the license because we had a good Aliens game, Dark Descent, come out recently. And that wasn't Sega. That was Focus Interactive, Nintendo's Interactive and Focus Entertainment. So if you care about your license, you can do well with it. So
PlayStation.
we'll see if Amazon can get back right, and we'll see if Sega can get back right. But it seems like a lot of game companies making a lot of bad decisions. Ubisoft, WB. We're a little worried. Activision, of course. We're a little worried about Take-Two's Grand Theft Auto. Though I think that they understand that the base game has to be perfect and will be perfect, but they'll just fuck around with the online.
Yeah. PlayStation Portal came out this week, and they've sold out 2 days after the launch.
Okay.
So the item that I guess some people were trying to, there's all of these strings attached to the way that their lives are and how they consume media. They're like, this thing is perfect, and it's not just for shitting. It allows you to use this little thing as its screen when your PlayStation is running, and not use the TV. So people are talking about using it when they've got kids who they want to watch whatever on the TV, and they can sit back there. And they sold out in 2 days. It's already being, people relisting things on eBay. Scalping them, and so as Christmas comes up, if there's
not for us, we don't really have a name for it. I looked at that and said I don't see a point in that. Not successful, but apparently there's a market for it.
There's a market for it, and we don't know how many of them is scalpers because people are trying to buy all these things and hold them for hundreds of dollars over retail for the Christmas time. But yeah, right now listed is currently unavailable, and to check back for more information on November 22nd, so in 2 days. So there may be a restock. Hopefully there's a massive restock, and anyone who bought it for the purpose of scalping loses all their fucking money because I don't like those people.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then the biggest story I've got for this one is the Game Awards. All the list of the nominations.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about nominations.
So we'll go over some of the nominations, your predictions on what you think is going to take it. So Game of the Year, we have Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3,
yes,
Spider-Man 2,
nope,
Resident Evil 4,
nope,
Super Mario
Why
Wonder.
Is Resident Evil 4 on there? And what?
Super Mario Wonder.
I didn't play it, but always popular Nintendo.
And Legends of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Too similar to the first, but always popular Nintendo.
Yeah. I have no idea why Resident Evil 4 got nominated. It's a solid game. It's a good game. I don't know if
Where's Hogwarts Legacy?
Recency bias.
Bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. Hogwarts Legacy should be above Resident Evil 4.
Yeah. I would put Liza P.
That's a goddamn lie.
I would put Liza P.
Liza P could make it as well. Yeah, you guys told me how great that game was. You know what else could have made it is Starfield. I hear really good things about it.
It already won.
It's the best. It's the best game. It's the best Bethesda game. And la 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 la.
It already won Game of the Year. Didn't you see?
No.
It did. It won Xbox Game of the Year at the Golden Joystick Awards.
That game is so disappointing. Every day that passes, my anger and hatred for it rises. My 6 out of 10 review on Starfield was generous, to say the least. It is dropping day by day. I wonder where we're going to end up. By the time we get to the top 10 lists, which usually come out in January. So don't expect the top 10 lists in December.
Yeah, so at the Golden Joysticks Awards, Starfield wins Xbox Game of the Year.
Wow. That's pretty sad for Xbox then. the
Yeah.
state of Xbox exclusives or games or whatnot.
So Hi-Fi Rush was also nominated. Dead Space, Pentiment.
Dead Space. Dead Space.
Hi-Fi Rush was
That's
also
another
very
one
good, too.
that seemed to get snubbed, but I mean, I guess it already had its heyday back in the day, and it's a remaster. So if one is going to drop off due to that, then probably that.
So now we can definitely still get your Starfield Game of the Year edition because it did win Game of the Year. So this one doesn't matter because Starfield already won.
And Fallout 76 Game of the Year edition.
Yep, absolutely.
Starfield Game of the Year edition. I love Bethesda's revisionist history. It's great. Game of the Year.
Yeah.
Game of this year.
Alan Wake 2 is a strong contender. I watched someone play through all of it, which is not me playing it, but it's more of a story. And
Yeah, I hear it's
ambiance
more story
than
rather than gameplay.
Which is fine. I mean, it was actually
Yeah.
really good, but I think recency bias is a hell of a thing because if you release your game and it's really good right before the nominations,
it has more weight.
I'm gonna just do a public service now. Jeff Keighley does not choose these nominations. He's actually, he's been doing a bunch of videos because people are fucking mad at him all the time. He doesn't do that. It's a list of all of these. It's influencers,
reviewers, news websites. GameSpot, your GameSpots, your IGNs, your Kotakus, all the bullshit.
So I have no. Resident Evil 4 probably shouldn't be on this
No.
list, and I hear Super Mario shouldn't be on the list, but I didn't
Probably
play it, so
not.
I don't know. In best game direction, Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man 2, Super Mario, or Tears of the Kingdom.
I don't know. I don't know about that one. I'd have to research.
Yeah.
Probably one of the I don't know. Probably one of the Nintendos, and probably Alan Wake 2 in that case. If we're talking about game direction, it's gonna probably do Alan Wake.
Narrative, similar thing, Alan Wake 2.
Oh, narrative. Okay, if there's a key, then that's probably Alan Wake.
Yeah,
2.
Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty, which I don't think should be nominated as a DLC, but I don't know. Is it
There should be a DLC category, right? And have the best DLCs. Phantom Liberty would probably win that.
Yeah. So for best narrative, apparently DLCs are fine. So Cyberpunk.
There should be a best DLC category. If there isn't, we need to get one.
Final Fantasy 16 and Marvel Spider-Man 2. This is where Final Fantasy 16 is the highest on the list. Where Final Fantasy showed
another
up.
one that, okay.
Yeah. People are mad
Honestly,
about that.
it was just a lot of games out this year that we just couldn't cover it. I wanted to play it more than I did, but I don't think it gripped a lot of people as previous Final Fantasies have.
Yeah, it alienated some of the classics, and then there was a lot of yelling on the internet, and then I was told I'm no longer a fan of Final Fantasy.
Cool.
I'm not allowed to talk about it. Alan Wake 2 was nominated for Best Art Direction, Hi-Fi Rush, Lies of P, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I don't see the Nintendo ones. I don't know. There's some good art direction in some of these. Maybe Lies of P. Score and music, people are really upset about this one because it's Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy, Hi-Fi Rush, and Tears of the Kingdom. Tons of games, amazing music got left out of here.
I'm thinking they're trying to give a sympathy award at this point to Final Fantasy, so they're trying to find some way to put Final Fantasy into a sympathy category.
So there's audio. Let me know if any of these excite you. Audio design, best performance, best adaptation.
Best performance. What are those?
So best performance is Ben Starr in Final Fantasy 16, Cameron Monaghan in Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Idris Elba in Phantom Liberty, Melanie Liburd in Alan Wake 2, Neil Newborn in Baldur's Gate 3. He was Asterion, and Yuri Lowenthal in Spider-Man 2. I like Neil Newborn. I think his performance was pretty excellent.
Okay.
So as far as like a video game adaptation, Castlevania Nocturne, Gran Turismo the movie, The Last of Us the TV show, the Super Mario Brothers movie, or Twisted Metal.
I think this is going to be the surprise category. They're going to give it to the one that deserved it, which is actually Gran Turismo. I hear so many good things about it. That it is a really solid, entertaining film. I still have not seen it. Maybe I could use this opportunity to go and see it.
If that's the case, the person who advertised that movie should be fired. Because I think that it looked like an okay movie. I don't think it looked. It's just like it just looked.
But
okay.
It's better than okay.
If it's excellent,
everybody that I know is saying that. Wow. So
I think
that
The
could be
Last of Us is pretty high up there. I think that.
Yeah, that was. It's just so popular that I thought that maybe but obviously that's the shoe-in to win it, and the most popular choice, so that they can get the HBO ad dollars maybe in the future. But if they were being, if you're being a contrarian or a surprise pick rather, it would be Gran Turismo. That's how good Gran Turismo is.
Best ongoing game: Apex Legends, Cyberpunk 2077, which I don't think in any way counts. Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Genshin Impact.
I will never vote Genshin Impact, so Fortnite for the 14th year in the row.
Best indie is Cocoon, Dave the Diver, which we played and we did a video.
Yeah, there was a huge controversy there, though, that that's not actually an indie game because it's funded by a multi-million-dollar company, and even the developers are like, yeah, we're technically not indie. You could take us off if you want. So I'm curious if they're going to take them off before, or they're like, yeah, we're not hearing you. We don't care.
We don't care. I don't think they've got a chance in hell because I think Dave the Diver was excellent.
Yeah, David the Diver is going to win,
and
even though they're not an indie game.
Yeah, and
technically,
Dredge is also really, really good. I mean, so these are games that we played. We actually did videos on, and they're just like. But Sea of Stars was good too, and Viewfinder.
If I had to choose with no controversy surrounding it, it would probably be Dave the Diver.
I'm gonna skip over best mobile game.
No, tell us.
All right. Best mobile game: Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, Honky Star Rail, which I think
are basically all the ones you should stay away from.
Yeah. Honky Star Rail, I don't know what it is, but I think it's about white people. Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
It's about sci-fi white people.
Sci-fi white people. Monster Hunter Now and Terra Nil.
Okay, yeah.
So if you want to play games while shitting, check out one of those games.
Okay.
Best action game. This is where it's like I don't know what the fuck like how they're determining what's action and what's but Armored Core 6, which is very good. Dead Island 2, Ghost Runner 2, Hi-Fi Rush, and Remnant 2. This feels like all of the ones that got
Armored Core 6.
All the ones that got snubbed earlier on they're like just throw them all in best action games.
This is the action category. Go.
But what about some of the okay.
No, all right.
Best action adventure game, which is different than best action game. Alan Wake 2, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil 4.
That's probably where Spider-Man 2 can pick it up.
Jedi Survivor or Legends of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
I don't think Spider-Man 2, is very award-winning, but I do think the industry believes it is. So I know Spider-Man 2 is winning something, so it could probably be that one.
Best RPG is Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16, Lies of P, Sea of Stars, and Starfield. It's like I don't know what people are considering like RPG and action games because like Lies of P doesn't necessarily.
No, not Lies of P and not Final Fantasy.
I think the game developers officially considered Souls-likes as hardcore action games.
Yeah, to be perfectly honest, the Game Awards this year, a lot of the categories and the games in the categories, I would categorize as not great. Improvements needed to categorization, to nominations. Not necessarily Jeff's fault this time, and this is the voters and selection process. It's a little awkward. It feels a little off, but I will admit that the Game Awards under Jeff's direction has gotten a lot better since when we were covering it, and Megan Fox was winning Best Voice Actress over motherfucking Jennifer Hale from Mass Effect 3 when the shit came out.
Megan Fox did a really good job in Mortal Kombat 1, though.
Yeah, and that just shows you how full of crap that fucking award was when she won for her performance in Transformers, the video game.
Yeah. One funny one is best community support. So we've got Baldur's Gate 3. That makes sense.
Oh, you know what? I read a story where one guy, Coach of the Year, he's like, let's be honest, I didn't do any coaching this year, so I think I should be removed. That's what I was thinking about when one person asked to be removed from the awards. Okay. We'll see if he's actually removed from the awards. Don't remember his name, but it was like an esports Coach of the Year, and he's like, but I didn't coach this year.
Oh.
So.
look, the people who are making these nominations, it just shows that sometimes they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
It's a popularity contest sometimes.
Well, and you've got 100 people. There's no way that we play a shitload of video games, and we actually play them start to finish. And a lot of these outlets, they don't.
Yeah.
And you can clearly tell that they don't.
Nope.
But Destiny 2 got best community support, a game that is currently on fire, the lowest play count ever, and it's blaming its community.
Yeah, with the expansions done poorly and the story, everybody gets excited and they realize they fuck it up and they fuck it up and they fuck it up.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So,
all right. Well, we'll see. When is the Game Awards? That's December 7th. The same day a bunch of video games come out. There's a bunch of video games coming out December 7th.
The only thing I care about at the Video Game Awards is one, I want Baldur's Gate 3 to win, and I want to see Elden Ring DLC announcement trailer. That's it.
Well, we will be covering it, guys, so stay tuned for our coverage of that. We want to thank you. We want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving with friends and family. Know that the Angry Joe Show taking break. Joe will be back soon. I will be out. Everybody will be back on hand. All hands on deck on November 27th, which we'll get to RoboCop and Modern Warfare 3 as soon as we can. So we want to thank our sponsors who makes a lot of this possible. Manscapes, who loves us. We love them. We hope you love their products. If this isn't something that you want, check out the website because there's plenty of stuff.
25% off your entire order and free shipping, which is a bigger
Try
discount
those boxers.
Bigger discount than normal. So check out Black Friday.
If they're still doing the body washes and shampoos, they smell so good. So check out their stuff. All right, guys. Well, thank you. Hopefully you have a fun time, and we will see you guys on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.